Hi. Welcome to another amazing edition of Retro Wrestling Night. But it's us. We're here. We're going to do it. We're going to party all night, watch these fucking old wrestling pay-per-views.
Oh! That's right. Arriba! Yeah, we haven't done one of these in a little while. As you guys know, my pick was last time. I'm picking War Games.
Oh, no.
Bash 87, the match beyond, the very first War Games, Uncle Bill. And I used to love these shows. And we're going to check it out. It's 2 hours of exciting NWA goodness.
Macho Man.
Ooh, yeah. War Games 87. Oh.
Macho Man was in WWF at the time. Tell Elizabeth, hey, you. Shut up.
Shut your mouth, Elizabeth.
So let's go watch Bash 87, Uncle Bill.
Add that.
Oh shit, Uncle Bill, look. It's the Great American Bash 87 we were watching just now. It'll make you fucking moist.
Oh, ready to
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
There it is.
Bash 87 War Game, bitch.
Tried.
First off, start at the beginning.
That's good because that cut off back there. What the fuck was it about VCR just wouldn't stay paused for long? It's like, I don't know, what kind of hype?
You had the actual War Games, the match beyond, parts 1 and 2. And the beginning one was the very first match on this shit. And you had the Superpowers
They were super duper.
versus the Shit Hens.
Well, you had you had Dusty Rose, baby. Nikita Koloff. Precious Paul Eller and the Road Warriors versus the Four Horsemen with Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Lex Luger with James J. Dillon, baby.
That's back when Lex Luger was unfortunately in the Four Horsemen. But that match it was okay. The only thing I didn't like about that match, I liked that they put the two rings together side by side and stuff.
Right.
But like whenever anybody surrendered or submitted or anything, like you didn't know it. Like the fans didn't know anything. They didn't have like a microphone in there to be like, let you know that they surrendered.
Yeah, we go on and talk about this pay-per-view. Not really pay-per-view, though, by the way. Like, I didn't really even think about this. But a lot of the WCW, or NWA as it was called at that point, shows, they would do these little tours. So I think this tape we were watching, War Games Bash 87, is like a compilation of the 3 shows that they recorded.
Right here it says includes the War Games 1 and 2. Shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, the original War Games, I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't one of the best War Games that I've seen. I guess as the shows went on, they sort of perfected the gimmick a little bit, and it worked out a lot. Worked out a lot better than the first one. But and there were a few matches here. We're going to skip a couple of them because they just weren't very long. Like there was like a tag match with the Freebirds and
Shut your mouth,
Manny Fernandez and Chico Rodriguez, whatever the motherfucker's name was.
There was another match. What was the match with Barry Windham? It only lasted like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's Barry Windham. It was the Southern States.
God. That match, I just remember thinking when we watched it, that was a really shitty match. It was Barry Windham and, was it?
Who was Barry Windham wrestling?
Wasn't Luger, was it? No.
No. Somebody, Seth Drake will tell us.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Anyway, that match was horrible. It lasted literally like 2 minutes.
Like, there were a lot of stuff, they just cut it down, like really short. So I don't even, you can't really talk about it because it's just way too edited. But what was it? It was the Western States Heritage Championship or something like that.
Some bullshit.
That belt didn't last too long either. God damn it, that's aggravating. I don't know who it is.
Well, there was a very limited amount of people that were in there at that time. It had to be like.
Was it, wasn't Jimmy Garvin, was it? No.
Mm-mm.
How about United States Championship match, Nikita Koloff versus Lex Luger?
Yeah, that was the next one. That match went on way too fucking long, in my opinion, because both those guys can't wrestle worth a dig.
But don't talk about Nikita Koloff like that now.
It did have a good ending to it, though. And I guess, can we give away the ending of the match?
Yeah. This pay-per-view's like over 20 years old.
Here's the thing. Like, I think, I don't remember who it was, maybe J.J. Dillon threw in a chair, and Lex Luger got it and hit Koloff with it. And then he's like laying on the side of the ropes, and Luger walks over.
You gotta say, too,
puts him in the rack.
Yeah, most of these matches are in a cage, too. This whole, like,
yeah,
it's not a war.
Half of them
it's not a War Games match, it's just a cage match as well. Because you also had, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. You'd have a Texas death match with Dr. Death Steve Williams and Captain Redneck fucking Dick Murdoch.
Buddy Dirty Dick Murdoch is a damn genius. I'll tell you that. He's a ring technician.
But actually, like, on the outside, when Big Bubba Rogers was on the outside, pretty much everybody involved in that match was dead, what we were saying.
Yeah. I think everybody in that match was dead, actually, or like even anywhere around that match.
Yeah. Yeah. Reminded me of something else, though. Like, maybe I'm not a big, see this thing, I'm going to be honest, in the 80s, I was WWF. I didn't really, occasionally I'd check out NWA. I think Uncle Bill was the same way.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it was more like, NWA is more like for adults, I would say, that were into, or teenagers that were into wrestling, whereas WWF at the time was more for kids, you know. And they had, and then here's the thing too that I don't like about NWA tapes is they never really, and you know all this stuff is set up. They set it up great. They had great TV shows and stuff. They never give you like a backstory on how these matches come about or anything. So that's kind of shitty as well.
Yeah, but up next though, the next match that I actually remember on here, you had the Freebirds with somebody, I can't remember who the other person was, versus Manny Fernandez and some guy that I have no like earthly idea who it was.
So didn't you like that match?
Which match? The Freebirds match?
Freebirds versus Manny Fernandez and some other dude. The guy that never got in the ring, did he?
No, he got in the ring like one time and got clotheslined. I think he was the guy they pinned actually. Like, because it was apparently like a brawl for all match where like anybody could come in and get pinned. But there was like 3 people on each team. It was Freebirds and somebody else versus Manny Fernandez and that Mexican dude and somebody else, and I don't remember either. But the bottom line is Freebirds won, and Michael Hayes was strutting around doing it. He did a damn moonwalk. Like moonwalk back and tagged in.
Yeah, that was his thing. He did that quite a bit, and that was like during the age when the moonwalk was still sort of relevant.
Unfortunately, like I don't think they had the music playing, or if they had the music playing, you didn't hear it on that tape.
No, I think to avoid like a lot of the music, they didn't play it to avoid like legal issues and stuff. They edited it out. You know, whatever their music was, I think that might have been a little bit before they used Bad Street USA. So this was like in '87, I don't know. But the next match after that is actually was a barbed wire ladder match, $100,000 on a fucking.
That was actually the best like set up match by a mile because it was done in a stadium. It was like
I think that was the one that was done in Miami.
I thought they said North Carolina. Was it done in North Carolina?
I think it was done like in Florida somewhere.
Oh shit! I know they said North Carolina, but it wasn't done in Florida.
Buddy, it was at 3 different fucking places.
Well, that might be true. But yeah, it's almost like a precursor to ECW.
Yeah. Which is sort of cool. I mean, they were doing like a lot of these matches. Of course, Dusty busted his fucking head open every damn match.
He did, yeah.
Like he was right there. Ooh, baby. Ooh, I'm bloody. Oh, look at my titties, bloody on them. Oh, Lord. That was a good match, though. I mean, like we were talking about this, like Dusty and Tully's feud is like legendary now, and they, you know, I mean, they had a pretty legendary cage match as well, which I think was might have been Bash '86 or.
Well, hell, that's what I was saying though. Like up to the point where Dusty left for WWF, they fucking feuded their whole career, I think.
Well, what was the match? I don't remember what event this was on, but I've seen it. Like where Dusty takes a part of a fucking chair and like looks like he's juicing the fuck out of Tully's head. It's the I Quit match. You remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Might have been like Starrcade '86.
It was definitely Starrcade. I remember it being on his DVD.
Starrcade '85. No, Starrcade '85 was Flair and Dusty, so it must have been Starrcade '86.
He punched.
It could have been like another show, though, I guess. But yeah, I mean that was a good match. Like Tully, I don't know. I know you're not a big fan of Tully, but I think Tully's like one of the more underrated guys as far as like match quality and stuff.
Yeah, buddy, Dusty will tell you. Tully ain't with a shit, daddy.
So match after that.
I remember the match after that. The match after that was the Midnight Express versus the Rock and Roll Express.
Was that before the Ric Flair cage match?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's what you got. You got the Rock and Roll Express, and you got the Midnight Express. And the problem is that they're feuding and shit. And I don't even remember who won this match because I wasn't paying any goddamn attention to it.
It was the Rock and Roll
Express won.
Bob Yates was all pissed off because he only got his singles title back and didn't get the
tag
title.
Thing is,
that's another motherfucker they feud for hell and ever.
Ricky Morton is fucking awesome. We went down there to the East Kentucky State Fair and saw him wrestle in his bare feet in front of
poor old fella.
About 20 people. He was wrestling somebody in Tracy Smothers.
So, yeah, I mean, those guys had a legendary feud as well. The match after that would be Jimmy Jam Garvin with Precious. And
had their little Glade air spray thing.
Yeah. And the Nature Boy himself, the man who will never retire, Ric Flair. And this was the match where everyone was talking about this before, where the fan fucking tried to climb in the over the cage and shit, and they beating the fuck out of him from the outside. That's fucking legendary right there.
Well, yeah, you didn't really get to see the beating or anything, but you definitely got to see the guy climb up on there. And he's like,
you can see that they were fucking on him.
There's like five people.
Yeah, after they pulled his ass down, they were definitely on him. You know, I mean, they weren't really showing close-ups of the. But this was a pretty damn good match. This might have been the best match on the whole thing, other than maybe the main event. But the thing that I don't like about these events, let's get this tape up here and show you guys again, is you see the same fucking wrestlers. Like, how many times did you see Flair and Dusty? Like, at least 3 times apiece during this whole show.
Well, they didn't have a whole lot to work with back then anyway. I guess they wanted to show the main
guy. I mean, like, I would rather see just the whole event without, like, WrestleMania 2 was similar to this. Like, they, in 3 different locations, they just edited it all together for the home video. And NWA did this quite a bit, actually, and like, I think the other the other Great American Bash, the early one from '86, is the same way. But yeah, I mean, that match was good. What did you think of the Flair and Jimmy Jam match?
I liked the match. It was pretty good. I didn't realize that Jimmy Garvin was actually that good of a wrestler, but he's pretty good. The only thing is, Flair busts his fucking self open way too much during those days. Like, within 2 minutes of the match, he's busted open.
It was commonplace.
And by the end of the match, of course, he's bleeding all over. But I think he busted his head open in every match too.
Yeah.
Like him and Dusty Rhodes busted their heads open every match on that card. Yeah. So other than that, it was a good technical wrestling match.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
A fan almost tried to get in the ring, got shit beaten out of him.
Got obliterated.
And of course, I knew when I saw that match, I was like, there ain't no way Flair's gonna let Jimmy Garvin win the fucking title.
Well, Jimmy Garvin never did win the title. So the last match is pretty much a rematch of the first match with the superpowers, the same fucking guys. You got Ellering, Road Warriors, Nikita Koloff, Dusty, and you have the 4 Horsemen minus J.J. Dillon this time. And this time you had a big motherfucker with a mask on. We were wondering who the hell it was, called War Machine, Uncle Bill. And as always, with the trusty help of the iPhone, I did find out that the War Machine was Ray Traylor himself, Big Bubba Rogers.
Seth Draken already knew that, though.
Yeah, Seth Draken is like the walking encyclopedia of wrestling knowledge.
Every time you ever try to say anything like about wrestling, Seth Dragon's always like, "Oh yeah, I know that." But anyway, this match like was eerily similar to the first one. Like this one was called The Explosion, which I thought was a hilarious name.
Oh yeah.
But it was almost like it started out the same way. It had Dusty Rhodes and Arn Anderson in there, and it pretty much ended the same way too, with of course like the superpower team winning. But
they did do something different with the Road Warriors. They had the spiked arm thing, and they were like letting
but
Big Bubba have it.
A lot of the spots in it were like identical too. Like I guess people like Dusty Rhodes and Flair, like they just have certain spots they're gonna get in every fucking match, no matter what.
Pretty good match overall. The show, like I don't know. I mean, I'm not huge in the big NWA, like the early NWA shows, just because the way they do them. You know, the matches themselves are great, but just the way they put them together, I would rather have the show as a whole instead of cutting it up, editing it, short matches here and there, like just really edited down matches and stuff. And you know, I would wish they would have done their shows a little differently back in the day. But this is a solid, like,
buddy,
you know,
they didn't make that show for you.
Well, I'm a wrestling fan. I've got a fucking Strike Force T-shirt on. You can go finger fuck your papaw.
I got a Strike Force T-shirt on now.
So that's War Games 87. We're running out of time, Uncle Bill. So what'd you pick for the next retro wrestling night over here?
I was going to pick ECW pay-per-view because there's a lot of people that are requesting that we actually review one of those since we haven't ever reviewed one yet. But there wasn't any available, so I got the next best thing.
What is the long-awaited, much-anticipated next chapter of the Retro Wrestling Night insanity?
From 1999.
No.
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. This is another WWE pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about this soon. It's
I remember seeing this on pay-per-view when it happened, so it'd be kind of interesting to revisit it a good 11 years later.
In your house. Let's go.
A lot of people are asking, too, like, what exactly does retro wrestling mean? Because a lot of people thought, like, we did review Uncensored 98. Basically, this series is any goddamn wrestling event. Because basically anything that's already happened is retro, right? Well, kind of.
Well, the bottom line is I ain't reviewing shit from the 60s and 70s. That kind of shit was horrible. So you'll just take whatever we give you and like it, like always.
Yeah. But also, we do need to put over our wrestling blog site, Uncle Bill. We haven't really talked about that much. Where we'll be posting different retro wrestling goodies. It's retrowrestling.net, and you can go check that out violently. We'll have a lot of. We've already added like about 4 or 5 people to add random retro wrestling goodies on there. So, in addition to myself and Uncle Bill, we'll be posting stuff on there.
Yeah. Crater, he's posted stuff on there. He's got an absolutely ludicrous list of cruiserweights on there. It does not include El Dandy, and that's ridiculous in my opinion.
You got to include El Dandy. I told him that. It's like if you want to be considered a serious wrestling journalist, you're going to have to fucking give El Dandy his props. But anyway.
Well, we've wasted enough of your time.
Yeah. But that was War Games Bash 87, and join us next time when we're going to take a look at WWF St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which everybody seems to put over. So we look forward to seeing Al Snow and Bob Holly and the fucking Creek Bank.